ॐ पृथिवी शान्ति अन्तरिक्षगं शान्ति दौ शान्तिर्दिशशान्तिरवान्तर दिशा शान्तिरग्निशान्तिर्वायुशान्तिरादित्यशान्तिश्चन्द्रमा शान्तिर्नक्षत्राणि शान्तिरापशान्तिरोषधय शान्तिर्वनस्पतय शान्ति गौ शान्तिरजा शान्तिरश्व शान्ति पुरुष शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिर्ब्राह्मण शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति शान्तिर्मे अस्तु शान्तिः. May there be peace on earth and in the sky. May there be peace in the water and in all directions. May there be peace in the plants, in the trees, and in animals. May there be peace in the hearts of all beings. May there be peace in everyone and everything. Sarvetra sukhina santu, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet, sarvastaratu durgani, sarvo bhadrani pashyatu, sarva sadbuddhi mapnotu, sarva sarvatra nandatu. May all be happy and healthy. May all see what is good, and may no one experience misery. May all overcome their obstacles and acquire good tendencies. May people everywhere find joy and fulfillment.
Antar Good morning. So, here are some sections from the life of Swami Virajananda, who was the sixth president of the order and a disciple of Swami Vivekananda. And actually, these sections have been selected from this book, Monastic Disciples of Swami Vivekananda. So, Swami Virajananda's pre-monastic name was Kali Krishna Bose. And in 1891, since the passing away of Sri Ramakrishna, Kali Krishna was the first person to join the Boranagar monastery, other than the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. And in 1892, after the monastery had shifted to Alambazar, Kali Krishna came to Alambazar, and as at Boranagar, he began to pass his days joyfully in service and spiritual practices. So it was sometime in the middle of 1893. Though his stay at the Alambazar mutt had filled Kali Krishna's mind and heart with spiritual fervor, he had not completely recovered from the malaria which he had contracted at Joyrambati. However, he tried to ignore or conceal the recurring fever from which he suffered. At this time, Holy Mother came to stay at Nilambar Mukherjee's garden house at Belur. Kali Krishna came to see her one day and at her request gladly agreed to spend the night there. Swami Yogananda was then Holy Mother's chief attendant. He was helped by Swami Trigunatitananda. Golapma and Yoginma were also staying with Holy Mother. Kali Krishna was to pay his obeisance to Holy Mother in the morning and then return to the monastery. As he came and prostrated himself at her feet, she said, "My son, this time I have been very much pained to see you. What a nice robust body you had before. Repeated attacks of malarial fever have reduced it to this emaciated condition. You have joined the monastery, but you know, those people are penniless monks. How can they feed you properly? So I say to you, go back to your home and remain there until you can recover your health through nutritious food and suitable medicine." At this command of the Holy Mother, Kali Krishna felt as if he had been struck by lightning. He could not utter a single word. Finding him silent, Mother repeated, "Yes, my son, do as I say." Kali Krishna's heart was wrung with pain and tears ran down his cheeks. He quickly left the room, withdrew to a secluded corner of the garden, and wept bitterly. Even though Holy Mother understood his pain, she did not withdraw her order. She told Golapma, "Alas, seeing Kali Krishna's physical condition, I trembled. Therefore I asked him to return to his home, but thinking that I have caused him pain, my eyes too are wet with tears." Kali Krishna returned home. His life's drama now had a different setting. Proper medical treatment and nutritious food soon helped him regain his former good health, and Kali Krishna began to practice intense spiritual disciplines. Occasionally, monks from the Alambazar Mott would come to inquire about him. Swami Saradananda, Premananda, Subodhananda, Niranjanananda, and Trigunatitananda came to see Kali Krishna more than once while he was at home. In this manner, 15 months went by. Then the fire of renunciation again made the caged lion restless, and he wrote a long letter to Holy Mother in Jairambati, informing her about his mental condition. Each sentence of this letter depicts Kali Krishna's heart's longing in a touching way. It is as if a fearful son, afraid that the world is about to swallow him, is writing to his mother to seek her protection and blessings. The letter runs thus. Kolkata, 5th October 1895. At the feet of the most worshipful and most revered Holy Mother. Mother, please accept my innumerable prostrations at your holy feet. Mother, I do not write to you frequently for reasons known only to you, but this time, being in great trouble, I am fearfully writing this letter. I wanted to come to Joyrambati and make myself blessed by seeing you, and if I am able to set aside my diffidence, shame, and fear, I also wanted to open my heart and disclose all my sorrows to you. But as I lack sufficient love for you, and as this is the malaria season, I am prevented from doing so. How can I express the sorrow within my heart in a letter? Everyone says that you are omniscient, yet if you do not know my grief, then only my ill luck is responsible. And if you do not remove my sorrows even after knowing them, the reasons for not doing so are known only to you. I believe you to be compassionate. You yourself said, "Do you think I am only stone image?" I know you will be sad to know about my precarious condition, but what else can I do when it seems that the future is going to swallow me up? Mother, to whom but you can I tell my sorrow? Who else can grant me peace and fearlessness? And if you do not grant my heart's desire, even after knowing everything, I will take it to be my ill luck or the result of my past actions. Mother, whatever happens to me, can I ever blame you, even if I were to die? You sent me back to my home saying, by staying at home and calling on God, you will progress faster. You encouraged me in various ways, but even if this has not happened, shall I ever be able to forget how much you wept for me on the terrace that day? When I was returning home on that rainy day, you kept watching me with great anxiety from the terrace, yourself getting wet in the rain. You seemed to be counting the raindrops which fell on me. Shall I ever be able to forget all that? Finding me suffering from malaria, pained by this and for other reasons, you advised me to come home, thinking I would be happy here. And how much you blessed me. Returning home, I spent the first year following your instructions in intense spiritual practice, and at that time, not a single moment was wasted. I would then practice spiritual disciplines for 14 and a half hours a day and would repeat the mantra as many as 85,000 times. But at present, I hardly get 5 or 6 hours for spiritual practice a day, and I'm unable to repeat the mantra even 30,000 times. Previously, as a result of japa, the mind was so vigorous, but now the mind has become exceedingly weak, is tossed about by various attachments, and seems to be utterly bereft of spiritual fervor. Mother, if I continue for another 2 to 3 years in this way, you will see where I land up. 1.5 months back, I went to Bagh Bazar. There, Yogen Babu, Swami Yogananda, expressed his keen desire to go to Vrindavan in order to recoup his health. He said, I am searching for someone who can look after me there. I shall go if you decide to come along. I agreed to accompany him, thinking that as long he stayed in Western India, I would stay with him and remain there even after his return to Kolkata. Coming to know of my plans, my parents willingly granted their permission and even wanted to supply me with necessary provisions. But now I feel that Yogen Babu is not so inclined to go to Western India. Mother, if you kindly permit me, I shall now go alone to Vrindavan. There Baburam Babu and Subodh Babu, Swami Premananda and Swami Subodhananda respectively, are living. It will not be inconvenient to stay at Balaram Babu's Kunjo, and food also can be obtained without difficulty. Moreover, for 1 or 2 years, I will not be alone there. In case Baburam Babu and Subodh Babu return to Kolkata, I can remain there with someone else from the monastery. Mother, my purpose is not to wander aimlessly or simply dress like a monk. All I want is to stay in a quiet place where I can get 2 square meals and practice spiritual disciplines undisturbed. Please do not entertain any fear thinking, where will the boy go, or maybe he will be put to hardship. Why, even here am I not experiencing hardship? I have endured it all these days and have not told you. When you inquired, I simply said, I am well. The more I have borne, I see, the more the people in this house want to devour me. 12 members of the monastery who are junior to me have already received monastic vows. Of course, it is true that there can be no comparison between them and me. Now, please let me know what course you think I should follow. Mother, please bless me that I may remain immersed in spiritual practices day and night, and that all the evil tendencies of my mind may be destroyed. In particular, please bless me that I may always have unflinching love and devotion for your holy feet. Mother, I am your most unworthy child. Just see, Mother, if a person receives love and affection from another person, then naturally he feels attraction and affection for that person. But it is a wonder indeed that you, having been born in a human form, have showed such unusual love and compassion, and yet my sinful mind could not have any true devotion to you. When a son has to stay away from his mother, how much he thinks of her and longs to see her. But see, I am so unfortunate that I never feel sad, even though I am away from you. Mother, you consoled me saying, you will succeed. Well, Mother, does that take place step by step or suddenly one day? If it is gradual, then within these 2 or 3 years there should have been some achievement. Mother, pray, have mercy. Have those in the monastery renounced the world without the Lord's grace and become monks of their own will? Through your grace, then, cannot I, even I, become a monk? Mother, Khelat once asked you, what is impossible for you? To that you replied, impossible for me is he. In what sense you said that I do not know, but I have heard from the lips of Sharoda Babu, Swami Trigunatitananda, that he, Sri Ramakrishna, once said of you through a cryptic verse, it is impossible to describe the infinite Maya of Radha. By its power, millions of Krishnas and millions of Ramas come, live for a while, and depart. Whatever you desire, you can do, but why you choose not to do something is known to you alone. If you think that some evil may befall me if I do not stay at home, can you not turn that evil to what is positively beneficial for me? You know and understand everything, hence I need not write anything more. Please let me know what you consider to be best for me. I shall be waiting for your approval. Please let me know as soon as you can. In particular, please inform me about the condition of your health. Your most unworthy son, Kali Krishna.
I will be reading a short portion of a blog post by Swami Tyaganandaji Maharaj. This one is from October 2021, titled Death by Choice. It begins with a quote from Plato, which goes like this: "Isn't philosophy the study of death? True philosophers are always occupied in the practice of dying." End quote. Death is certain. We all know that. What we do not know is when we will die and how our end is to come. That is one big source of anxiety in our lives. It may not be always apparent on the surface, but deep down in the unplumbed depths of our mind, this anxiety is ever present and is very strong. It shoots up occasionally when someone close to us dies, or when we are in a profoundly despondent mood, or when we begin to question the meaning of life and human existence. We generally try to keep away from the thought of death, or more accurately, we try to prevent it from sticking around too long in the mind by busying ourselves with life and its concerns. We spend hours planning how to do this and that, or deciding what unfinished job is to be completed over the weekend, or wondering where we should go during vacations, or figuring on meeting someone for something, and so on. Not every plan works out the way we want it to. Some of our plans misfire miserably. Some go awry midway. Some need to be drastically modified. Some require last-minute alterations. And if we are lucky, a few of our plans are accomplished perfectly. Life is full of inconsistencies. It is not surprising that most of our plans fail. What is amazing is that a few do manage to succeed. The greatest mystery concerns our paradoxical behavior. We are eager to plan our life, which is only a crazy bundle of uncertainties. But we do not even feel the necessity to plan our death, although it is the only event we can be absolutely certain about. Moreover, plans about life depend on many variables over which we have no control. But a plan about death is entirely a personal affair, involving only the individual, and hence far easier to carry out successfully. Who is more intelligent and practical? One who plans to pluck the stars from the sky, or one who plans to pick apples from a tree in the backyard. The logic behind this thinking can be questioned, of course. We can point out, for instance, that if life has its uncertainties, so has death. Just as we cannot be too sure about the how and when of anything in life, we're also not sure about the how and when of death. So in what way is death less uncertain than other events in life? This is a valid question. And the answer is that, in this respect, the event of death is indeed similar to other events. One big difference, however, is that while some anticipated events may never take place, or if they do, not in the way that we thought they would, death always takes place, and every time in the same way, namely by the stopping of the breath. Everything in life is continuously changing. Only the fact of death has remained unchanged. We can be absolutely certain about nothing except our eventual death. In Swami Vivekananda's words, begin quote, "The whole world is going towards death. Everything dies. All our progress, our vanities, our reforms, our luxuries, our wealth, our knowledge have that one end, death. That is all that is certain. Cities come and go, empires rise and fall, planets break into pieces and crumble into dust, to be blown about by the atmospheres of other planets. Thus it has been going on, from time without beginning. Death is the end of everything. Death is the end of life, of beauty, of wealth, of power, of virtue too. Saints die and sinners die. Kings die and beggars die. They are all going to death." End quote. This is from the Complete Works, Volume 2, pages 92 to 93. We do not know in advance the exact time of our death, or under what garb our death is to come. But this depends on circumstances beyond our control anyway. And knowing or not knowing about it cannot alter what is to take place. What is within our control is how we encounter death, whenever it chooses to come. Our mental preparation and attitude are the key factors that decide how we will face our death. While we cannot choose the external manner of our death, we can definitely choose how we are going to face this great event. We do therefore have some choice in the matter. Sometimes we can exercise our choice even in the external circumstances leading to our death. The great Greek philosopher Socrates did it. And in what a dignified manner. His friends had come to the prison and offered him an easy escape. They had bribed all the officials who stood between him and liberty. Had Socrates accepted the offer, he would have been less great than he was. But he gave them the brush off, without even a moment's hesitation. At the trial, the judges had wished to let Socrates go. but the angry crowd had voted for his death. This was indeed a singular confirmation of Socrates' conviction that the state be administered by its wisest men and not guided by the mob. Socrates also strongly believed and taught that death was not the end of everything. When you lay me down in my grave, say that you are burying my body only and not my soul, he told his disciples. Socrates was no armchair philosopher. He lived what he taught. He was quick to realize that the time had now come to die for what he taught. Let us face death as we have faced life, courageously, he said. The wisest man in Greece knew his death was essential for the survival of his philosophy. If he compromised his values in order to save his life, his philosophy would lack credibility. He might live, but his philosophy would die. Plato's description of the event not only brings tears to our eyes, but also fills our heart with profound admiration for this brave, wise man. In choosing the right time and manner of his death, Socrates made himself and his teachings immortal. Another example comes to mind. Sambhaji, Hindu King Shivaji's eldest son, was imprisoned by Aurangzeb after Shivaji's death. The emperor offered Sambhaji a choice. Convert to Islam and you'll be set free. Or else get ready for torture and death. The brave son of the brave father chose the latter. Limb by limb, his body was mutilated, and at every stage, he was offered the alternative. Sambhaji's resolve was unflinching. He stuck to his guns till the last. He died a hero's death because he made a hero's choice. This post continues with many more inspiring messages. It's a very long one. October 2021, Death by Choice. I'll fly away.
Good morning. Swami Tyagananda is away this week. Next Sunday, he will speak on the subject, I and What It Can Do. There will be no Gita study on Wednesday this week. So now we'll do the prayer on page 3, and this will be followed by Sarvamangala, and then we'll gather in the sitting room outside to celebrate the birthdays of all those who were born in the month of June, or wish they had been. May the divine being, who is the Father in heaven of the Christians, Holy One of the Jewish faith, Allah of the Muslims, Buddha of the Buddhists, Tao of the Taoists, Ahura Mazda of the Zoroastrians, Great Spirit of the Native Americans, and Brahman of the Hindus, lead us from the unreal to the real, from darkness to light, from death to immortality. May we be granted strength, freedom, and clear understanding. May we learn to see God in our own hearts and in everyone around us. May God bless us all and fill our hearts with gratitude, grace, and love. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all.
Swaha